What is up, mortals? How is everyone today? Morning, evening, nighttime, dusk, dawn, wherever you are. Today we're going to do the Dark Danny Strats, similar to the Dark Deity Strats, except we're going to be going over some Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl tech, specifically some Danny tech. So today I'm going to be doing the Super Wavedash, something I've been meaning to do for a long time. I've been developing and labbing and kind of just honing my skill at this technique for pretty much since release now, ever since I found out on like day 1.5. Someone posted it in the Danny Cord, the true Super Wave Dash, which is the grounded version of essentially a crash cancel. A crash cancel being the power crash edge canceled, basically. So there's one platform variant for this, and then the grounded version is the Super Wave Dash, similar to Samus in Melee. And I was doing the crash cancel, and I actually have my own variant of the like a hitfall power crash cancel. It sounds totally crazy, all these terms, but that's something that I found on day one. And then as soon as I found out, like I saw the clips in the Danny Discord, I was like, oh my god, I need to do this and learn this. So it's been a good I'd say, I don't know how long NASB's been out now, guys, like a month, 2 months, 3 months since I've been kind of just developing this. So today we're just going to go over that, just see some of the specifics on it, the frame data, just kind of see what's up in the world. So yeah, let's get started. So let's talk about Danny's Super Wave Dash, alright? So I'll show you guys a crash cancel. I'm on FD, so it'll be a little bit weird. But a crash cancel would essentially be like, maybe from here, kind of like that. It's just like a little slide. I'm not doing fast fall or anything. It's just an edge canceled power crash. This move is the power crash. So you're essentially canceling then leg by edge canceling that, and you get a boost of momentum. So on platforms, Danny can really zoom. As far as I'm concerned, or at least just in my view, I think Danny has probably the best movement in the game, bar maybe Lucy because of her teleport. And maybe there's some characters that I don't know enough about that could compare, but Danny above all has some of the sickest burst movement available. The only drawback is that it's going to be attached to this giant Mewtwo-esque hurt box and character. So, and he's very floaty. He's like one of the lightest characters in the entire game. So basically you're going to be able to be zooming and moving and grooving and doing all of those crazy things and stuff, but the drawback is that you got to really be careful about where you're placing yourself, because Danny is able to get hit and clipped by a lot of things, and he's light, so you really don't want to take that many straight hits, if any, right? So he does get access to some of the best movement in the game, if not the best movement in the game, but it's attached to a character that is very fragile and very, very vulnerable at times. So that's kind of like the duality of Danny. But I'll show you guys just a basic Super Wave Dash. Yeah! So that's one. First try, by the way. You can definitely get this consistent. How it works is, at least my understanding of this, without actually knowing like any of the programming or any of like the technical mumbo jumbo, is that your ECB, the bubbles that you see there, the hurtbox bubbles, pretty much, are basically, I'll go frame by frame for you. So you're gonna have Danny's boots pretty much below the stage, and you want like the edge of that yellow bubble essentially to be touching the map when you input it. And the way I understand it, the way I break it down, is that like on one frame you're in the air, and on the next frame you're touching the ground, and that's canceling all of your momentum, but you're in a grounded state, so you just go shooting forwards. So I'll show you the frame by frame. So from the lowest possible short hop, you can do this frame 28. That's when you're going to input the down strong air if you're going to be trying this yourself. So let's do short hop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh my god, we can count up to 28. Now, if you're going to input the down strong air, this should be Super Wave Dash. So let's see. Next frame. If you heard the sound effect, if my music wasn't too loud, the down strong air was actually inputted. Now look at where our orientation is located. You see how Danny's kind of like crumpled up? He's about to go into the animation, but he's also technically in the stage. So next frame, you're going to see him, or from here, I believe it's frame 6, there's an active hitbox. So I think I counted 1 by accident. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the next frame, there's going to be a hitbox that's able to deflect projectiles because this is technically a strong attack. 6. There it is. So, albeit it's a little bit small, and Danny's giant face, his giant beautiful face, sticks out a little bit past the hitbox, so he can get clipped. However, this hitbox here is going to be able to reflect projectiles. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. So, I think that was 5 frames of activation there, of like hitbox essentially, that you can utilize. And now here on the 6th frame, again, we're gonna start our movement. As you can see. And there's about 30 to 40 frames of actual movement here. But you can act out of it pretty damn fast. So let's do this again. So again, 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26,
728. And keep in mind, by the way, this is just from short hop. So you can essentially do this super wave dash every single time you land. So there's not going to be those 28 frames that you have to go through in order to actually do the super wave dash. But in terms of example's sake, this is the easiest way to showcase it. So just keep that in mind. There's actually going to be more of like a 6-frame startup to this technique, which is very cool. That's in line with a lot of Sandy's normals. She's got a lot of 6-frame moves. 6 frames is definitely on the technically unreactable spectrum. I'd say a very above reaction time would be around 9 frames. But we're fighting game players, you know, we get a little crazy. We're NASB players, we like to move fast, so we'll give benefit of the doubt and say that most people can react around 8 or 9 frames. So technically unreactable, however, due to the slide distance and the startup, there's still like some play here to be had, to watch out for on your end as the Danny player. I heard the blaster. So that's the earliest that you can act out of the super wave dash. But one thing to note too is if you do the blaster with super wave dash, look how close you're going to be. Like, I can act probably next frame or 2 frames maybe. I don't know why my jab won't come out, but I used the blaster again. You can actually get 2 shots of blaster out. And I think you might be able to catch it as well. Yeah, you see? I caught my own blast shot. And I think it actually hit Garfield there. That was kind of crazy. Let's try that again. So you can hit Garfield and grab your blast, and then you can throw the blast, which is pretty cool. And you can drop it. So that actually opens up a lot of things as well. Like, you could probably get some option selecty type things out of that, that's for sure. And then another thing that I've thought was pretty sick out of the Super Wave Dash was, or rather, to interlace your movement with Super Wave Dash. So for example, if we do a strong dash attack and jump out of that, then you can just jump into a Super Wave Dash and continue to follow up, or to maybe like mix up the opponent. So that turned into a crash cancel, pretty much just down strong air. But what I wanted to show you guys was this, right? So now if they were to tech away, you can actually turn around. You can dash grab. You could do another one back. Like, it just opens up a lot of avenues for options. Like, it just gives you more options that you can utilize. And especially if your opponent is like not necessarily being conditioned, but if they're getting better at the matchup and they're recognizing your habits, this is like a nice little way to mix them up. You know, instead of going for your standard flowchart, like if you're going for like, you know, a down strong and up smash every time, into F smash every single time, F strong, sorry, or if you're doing like the same kind of follow-ups every time, right? It's a nice little way to just sort of like mix them up. Now, the thing is out of your dash attacks, you get a lot of things that are close to true, if not true. So if you're going to be going for the Super Wave Dash in place of those, then you're going to be throwing away a guaranteed follow-up, so it won't always be worth it. This is definitely more of a case-by-case basis, but nonetheless, it's still something that's important to have in the arsenal and to train and to know. Even how to grab, you know? Like, in a world, if they teched that, you could probably tech chase with this. So that's the basic use of Super Wave Dash. Now, there is a way to actually extend the Super Wave Dash to go even more. The Super Duper Wave Dash is what maybe we'll call it. Not actually, we'll pick a better name than that, but in the meantime, just check this out, okay? So here's a normal one. That's a normal one. Now, if we want to be extra sick, if you taunt, you can boost the momentum on this. I'm not sure why this works. I don't know if throwing in a move like taunt, I really don't know. I really don't know why this boosts your momentum the way it does. But because it does exist, you can actually taunt cancel on the edge. So you can cancel all of your end leg off of it. And you can actually, you know, use an aerial off map, or you can basically be around half length of harmonic and still get to the edge, and then potentially edge guard or just do something kind of crazy in that regard. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see. I'll show you.
That'll leave a mark.
Right? So you can get all the way to the other side, just like that.
Oh yeah, that was easy.
That was easy, Danny. And just like I was saying too, like, I got this fairly consistent. It is something that I've practiced, you know, time and time again. So it is a frame perfect input. However, frame perfection is something to strive for, I think, and it's totally doable, especially with the way the buffer works in this game. I believe it's 5 frames, but I could be incorrect about that. But there's a pretty forgiving buffer in NASB, which is why when you're doing like your wave dash, you actually want to input the trigger before the jump if you want like the full horizontal. Yeah, so you're gonna buffer that in order to get the perfect one. There's a lot of things that kind of just work like that in this game. So Super Wave Dash, no different. You can buffer something out of it, or you can buffer into it by inputting it like slightly before. It's just gonna be based on your timing. So something that I'm trying to work on is this was my day 1 crash cancel, which was like, it was like a hitfall into the crash cancel, right? Where you're not getting like the full animation of crash. You're essentially getting like a little boost. What I want to know is if I can hitfall into the Super Wave Dash. I think you can, but it's definitely a buffered thing. Like it's pretty tough, so might be something to work on. But in any case, another use that I find too when I'm spacing is I really like the strafe in this game. I feel like not a lot of people actually use strafe. Maybe they do now because anyone who's still playing is pretty much a dedicated NASB player, probably utilizing all of their tools. But I really like to use Super Wave Dash out of my strafe because you can space, and as you notice, like Danny is like, he's huge, right? And his normal standing or floating animation has his arms kind of sticking out. When he's running, they move a little bit. So for me, I like to space where I feel like I'm a little bit more skinny when I'm walking backwards. So I'll like walk back into the Super Wave Dash.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can do it the other way too, of course. So yeah, there's a lot of applications for this. I hope you guys will find some more uses. Tag me, post them on YouTube, comment, whatever it is. I'd love to see them. Join the Danny Discord. There's 2 of them. I know it's confusing, but in the main NASB Discord, you'll find the Danny section if you select him as a role, or if you select the all characters role, you'll be granted access. And inside that Discord, where a lot of us already reside, there's a pinned message that you can find the true heart of the Danny Discord. There's some Daniels in there. We're a little quiet, you know, but we're there. We exist. So I hope to see you guys there. And this has kind of been my take on the Super Wave Dash. There's a lot more to go into, a lot more depth to be involved. And I have a lot more ideas that I also plan to share with you guys. So yeah, just basically thanks for watching, and I'm sure there's a lot of other videos that cover this as well, so I'm pretty sure that those are great as well, so you might as well take a look, get every resource you can, and until next time.